Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. In my last two reasoning, I was looking at the internal energies. You know what I mean? Teaching through numbers, and I'm still going to be teaching through numbers, but I'll be moving outside as it was. So inside, let's clarify up what we the fact of what was going on inside then. That the number one is the first principle. That is the principle that one would call God, you know, Allah, the various different names that one have that principle that we call God is represented by the number one. That one is the giver of light. It is positive. You see, it's the first. You see what I mean? Independent. After that come the number two, which is what I say is what you would call the devil. You see what I mean? That's the field that we are in, where one can either be positive or negative. If you see what I mean? Well, we're not actually in that field. You know what I mean? That is a field of its own, actually. We're not in there. Over there is just pure negativity, nothing else. Pure positivity. That's the one and the two. After come the number three. The number three now is, I say, is where we're going to start our lesson. Because the number three is the human being. And this human being now, like I'm saying now, is now containing this positive and this negative, and then itself then. So that's why it's three. The three in one. There's a lot of three in one, like earth, moon, and sun. Mother, father, and daughter. See what I mean? There's a lot of them. You can go through them. But that's the three. That's the human being. So that is the first three. So that leave now 6 numbers. See what I mean? And these 6 numbers are divided into 3 equal to create a balance. So you have 3 positive and 3 negative. Let me see what I mean. So the first field of negativity is number 4, which I say all human enter this field. You know what I mean? This is what I call the mild field of negativity, where one might be just backstabbing and cheating and lying, jealousy, you know, sexual weakness, you know, those kind of behavior, cheating on your partner, and, you know, mild. Don't have to be dangerous. See what I mean? That is the first field. The first field of escape from this field is number 5. I say, well, usually when, I don't know, I say number 5 is when where one is feeling the one then. You know? After number 5 come number 6. A higher state of negativity, where maybe the people up here, I don't know, they might kill, I don't know, but you know, they take negativity a bit more serious up there, you know. Bit more vindictive then, you know what I mean? Might commit the add murder here and there. After number 6 come number 7. I say now this is where lots of people reach these stages, what I'm telling you about, you know. Either on the negative side or on the positive side, you know what I mean? You can reach these states. Lots of beings have reached the number 3 stage, where they can feel God, and you know, live off their feeling and are completely correct as well. You know what I mean? Just learn through what you call instinct. Up in the number 7 stage, I say, lots of people, they can literally hear what number 1 is saying. Yeah, man, literally hear. And lots of people arrive at that stage. After that stage, there is another stage of negativity. Number 8. The highest form of negativity. This is where I say you find the real sickos, you know. These ones will commit genocide, you know. Real murderers, the real evil of the planet. Like those who control religion and, you know, like the Pope and all them, man, you know. Your governments and all them, because this earth is not run, the system that run it. It's not run as according to God's law, but as according to evil men law. So up in the 8th field here now, you find the most dangerous devils. But way beyond them, like I say now. I know it will be hard for people to understand this as well. But whether you understand it or not, it makes no difference anyway. Because it's not of any importance. But I'm telling you, anyway, still. Because sometimes people should know how come a man is saying what he's saying. Or what give him the right to say what he's saying. And if a man is speaking, I'd like a man to clarify up those facts to me. So I like to clarify up certain facts to human beings when I'm spitting fire. So I'm saying now, that many people come to the 5th. You see what I mean? Just like how many people in negativity will rise from 4 to 6, going up to 8 where they commit the highest form of negativity. Same thing, you can rise to 5 and 7. You see what I mean? Well, when you reach number 9 now, it's like a process have to happen there. It's like sex have to go on then. When I say sex have to go on, it's like a spiritual sex. You have to get a baby pregnant, you know. You have to impregnate the spirit and produce a new baby to enter firehouse. Can't trust me. It's only one soul can be in firehouse. If you know what I mean. So that means then, if I'm in firehouse then, have you heard about angel? You hear how bright the angel lights are. Imagine, if you ever, well, when I imagine an angel, I imagine the angel that shines some bright light. But trust me, the light of 1 billion angels could never outshine the light of firehouse. If you know what I mean. Well, anyway now, because this lesson is a very painful lesson that we have to deal with now. So I think we'll get on with what we're dealing with here now. Well, you know, certain things in life, when you look back on them, you was actually training for them without realizing that you was. Because trust me now, when I was a small kid in Jamaica, I know, you know, well, think of it this way. I think I should start the story this way. Coming into life is like I said, this subject is so complicated. I don't know where you're going to start. It's just, you know. But coming into life anyway is a chance. When I say it's a chance now, it depends on where you are born or what family you are born into. If you know what I mean. Because you could be born into maybe drunks, I don't know, abusers. Maybe you was born into a family who was hoping for a girl and you turn out to be a boy. Or vice versa. Maybe you was born into a poor family and, you know, and maybe you was born into a rich one and, you know, the richness is going to spoil you. You know what I mean? But it's always a chance, you know, it's a, you know, life is like a danger, it's a roller coaster ride and pop luck. So anyway, I got lucky then, put it that way. Although at the time I wouldn't have count myself lucky, I would have count myself unlucky. It was only through experience looking back when you grow up that I realized that I was lucky. When I say I was lucky then, it so happened that when I was born I was handed to my grand. You see what I mean? Now the significance of that is, To me, you know, because many people get handed to the granite to apprentice. I don't know, because it's pop luck in it. If you see what I mean. But the significance to me, you know, is that it break a family bond. When I say break a family bond, when you are in a family with mother and father, sometimes they have ambition for you. So they already plan what you are going to do and how you are going to do. If you know what I mean. And maybe your father wants you to be a man, so he start to teach you how to be a man. You see what I mean? And all kind of scenario can go on. I can paint the whole picture, if you know what I mean. All I'm saying is now, I avoided all those things simply by being with my grand. You see what I mean? So I was allowed to run kind of free. So as it turned out now then, it turned out that because I was like that, I never particularly learned anything manly then. You know, how to build and construct or whatever. I just do my normal things then. Because it so happens as well, you know, that, say for example, on the positive side of things, you know, because people are talented, you know. I've seen humans are talented, you know. So you have people who say might reach the third level. You see what I mean? But these are talented people. They might be artists, musicians, I don't know. You know what I mean? And then you have people in the 7th level, very talented as well. Could be whatever, you know what I mean? But this talent that they have now, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing for a good man to be talented. But the talent distracts you now, slightly, if you know what I mean, from the one who have known talent. If you see what I mean. Because even though I'm telling you how the 9th house is dread, the one in the 9th house is also an idiot. I mean, a fool, if you know what I mean. Because the opposite of wisdom is foolishness. If you you see what I mean? Because if you're clever, you might start to think that you're smart, if you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe other people might tell you that you're smart. But if you're stupid, no one can tell you that you're smart and you believe them, innit? Because you'll see loads of different things, I'm telling you, in life that people can do and you can't do none of it. And you know you can't do none of it. If you see what I mean. So it's like it's a stupid kind of thing anyway. But anyway, going back into this childhood now, because I was allowed to run free and thing now. In my world at that time, because adults don't really know what is going on in a child mind, I say. I didn't never know what was going on in mine, because I was a curious kid. You see what I mean? So for some reason now, my first interest was religion and death. That was my death I was very scared of. You know what I mean? Because I could not sleep in the dark maybe until I was about 9. Because the reason for that, I get claustrophobic, because I used to imagine being buried up in my coffin underground. You know what I mean? So I was very terrified of that. Religion, I visit a lot of churches and watch people getting spirits, you know. When we say getting spirit, they speak in tongues, what they call tongues, you know. They just say a lot of things that no one can explain. You just have to make some noise. As a kid, I work it out and say then to myself, watching them and listening to them. Now, all you have to do is make a lot of noise that no one can interpret. You know, I never know, you know, the idea behind it, but I never believe them anyway. So I never believe in religious people from I was a kid. Let me see what I mean. And I leave Jamaica, like I said, whipping on the story, when I was 15 and arrived in England here to live with my parents for the very first time. The experience lasted 2 years before my father threw me out. And I had to, sleep rough for a while, for about 9 days, I say. It look like 9 is a familiar you know. Well, I about a week then, you know. I had to sleep in toilets here and there. But I was already groomed for that from in Jamaica, because I was a kid that I used to run away a lot in Jamaica and sleep out. So when that experience happened, you know, it was a bad thing at the time. I thought it was a bad thing at the time, if you know what I mean. You know, I resented my dad at the time for doing such a thing to me. You know, it was only years after when I come to realize it. Because after he threw me out the house then, I stayed in the field of number 4 until I was 27. Doing my vice in number 4, I say, was womanizing. You know, when you womanize, say you have a girlfriend, but you go out with your friends and you cheat. And when you come back, you say, oh, you was with your friends. And when you see your friend and ask them, they lie as well, because everyone is lying. That's just how it run down there. You gamble and, you know. It's total ignorance. You're not aware of anything in what's going on. But the funny thing with this level as well, when I was behaving like that, which I say, looking at it now, calculating it now, it's just behaving like a total idiot. Complete lunatic. Mad. Out of my head, out of my skull. But the funny thing about it now, you know, no one says that I was a madman. You know what I mean? No one ever says when I was behaving like that, lying, cheating on my partners and say gambling my money away. No one ever say, listen, you are a madman for doing these kind of thing that you're doing, you know. You should not do such thing. It's wrong. No, it was... Why I can't accept it then? The change come about now when I reach 27. And through hearing then, look like I get an advance on the thing then. I don't know how it goes. But I hear, it's like a thing was saying to me then, why are you drinking when you know you don't like drinking? Which I never did like drinking, even though I drink. But I drink because all my friend was drinking. And something was saying to me, well, you're a hypocrite. And I says, yeah, I am a hypocrite. I'm going to stop drinking. So I stopped drinking. Started drinking over in England here. Lucas says, soft drink. Friends started to say, oh, you're a woman. I said, oh, yeah, I'm turning woman. Then it was, why are you gambling? When you lose your money, you don't like it, yet you pretend as if you don't care. Because when you lose your money in the bookies, you don't let others see that you hurt. You can conceal it, which I was doing. So I agreed with myself at the time. I said, yeah. At that time, you know, I wasn't looking for God, you know, because I wasn't on a God thing. I'm not, you know. I already dismissed religion from I was a kid in Jamaica. And when I was a kid in Jamaica, when I was 9 years old, Selassie come to Jamaica. And I seen them myself with my own eyes. So I know that that wasn't God either. That day I was expecting Jah to step out the sky. So I had put those, when this was happening, I'm not thinking anything religion, you know. In between that, if any religious people ever did come to me and mention anything, I would have just simply be asking them questions like, well, who created God then? And you know, I could question. Because I never had no ammunition then, you know what I mean? I was going to get my ammunition when I reached 27, like I say, and listen to the voice that tell me to stop womanizing, stop gambling, and stop drinking. And then all of a sudden I find myself, you know, like what I would say, becoming a street preacher. You know, and people starting to label me now as a madman for not doing the things that I used to do before. So it was only me alone that know then in myself, as far as I was concerned, when the fire was really on in the heat of waking up, that I wasn't a madman. If you know what I mean. It was only I alone who know that. So anyway, having woken up now, because don't forget to know, we coming now from, like I say, this waking up process, as in my case I'm talking, is coming from the number one. Well, not the number one. Sorry. It's coming from the number 4. Because that's the field that we exist in, or where I rise from to reach the 9th house. I was in this number 4 field here where people misbehave and so forth, and then I escape and reach up into the 9th level. You know what I mean? Where I was, like I'm telling you now, on the lower level here, the number 4 field now, is where you're going to find. Let's quickly go back into what I tell you before about being born, like say, outside of a family. Because I'm a kid then, I was a kid that was born not within a family with brothers and sisters. I've always been able to look at family from the out. You see what I mean? How family operate. Because family, they try to run off a thing that blood is thicker than water. You see what I mean? And those are the kind of things that will keep you band together. So even if your brother is wrong, you will agree with him rather than tell him that he is wrong. You see what I mean? But I was never constrained by none of those bonds as it was then. You know what I mean? And I suppose the same bond will exist in what they call race as well. They will hold you, because on this lower level now, where they are operating what I call racism, because the world is a racist world. It's like the people will not understand it. You're living in a racist way. You're trying to deny that it is not racism, but it is. Because you're living in divided different nations anyway. So that for a start is definite racism. You know what I mean? But for a black man then, as an example then, you ain't going to get no rights in this world, as an example, and that level I'm talking about. If you decide that you was looking for equal rights within this world that I'm telling you about, because you ain't going to get no equal rights, you are going to meet up like blatant racism. If you understand what I mean. It's like, say, take for example then, on that level of thing. Let's say take the American system. Now, these people like to boast about their Bill of Rights. I've never seen anyone actually been to a group of Indians, Native American Indians, and asked them truthfully of what is their opinion of this Bill of Rights. You know what I mean? I don't know how long European has been in America. I ain't a historian. You know what I mean? And then they are telling you that it's the founding fathers. The founding fathers of America are European Masons, are Illuminati, people who belong in sick club, who devils from the 8th level, the most vilest of soul. Imagine you going to what you deem to be America anyway. Yeah? Destroying indigenous people, bringing our ancestors from Africa to work as slaves for over 400 years, to build up your empire, whether in America or in Europe here. And now you are busy saying that you are spreading democracy. Spread what democracy? Hypocrisy. You see what I mean? But don't forget what I tell you, I'm a 9th grade general. I'm beyond the range of any 8th level devil. If you know what I mean. None of your soothsayers or whoever they are in the universe, never mind on earth, can touch a fire. You hear what I tell you before? The light that I shine is brighter than the light of a billion. No, maybe a trillion angel. Because we shine in the lights of lights. You see what I mean? So on this level of life that we live then, under these present circumstances, we are dealing with a racist system. Corrupted, you know. What do you want to call it? A racist system against blacks, women, all kind of thing, you know what I mean? Because it is not right, is it? It can't be right. It's like I'm telling you, when we're moving through life, when we come, you have the 4th level, 5th level, 6th level, 7th. You have the 4 level negative, 6th level, 8th level. The planet is controlled by those who are up in the 8th level. You know, their little followers are at number 4 and, you know, number 6. You know? But the real sickos then, those men that you are seeing in suit and tie, because they are hiding behind appearance. Are you devil? But don't forget what I tell you before, you know. Because you're dealing with unseen force. You know, I am an unseen energy dealing with you. You see what I mean? Not only dealing with you, passing judgment on you, on the earth here. Because like I tell you, know, the 9th grade general see within beings. So it's literally like the beings was living in darkness, which they are still in the dark there. I'm saying, you know. But I and I just come and turn the light on. You are under full exposure. Just like I tell you before. You know, in the daytime, when the sun is shining, you can see everybody light up like that. That's how the spirit is lit up within. There ain't no chance of him. I don't know where evil man get his understanding from. But like I say, down here on the lower levels, you have people that say they're channeling or they're in touch with some other beings or some other alien. I don't know. You know, maybe some discarnate souls are tricking you. Because you don't know the one that is within you. You see what I mean? That's why I say, a 9th grade general as an example then. I don't channel no angel, my ancestor, no one at all. I don't channel the archangel or the greater archangel, you know, super one. Don't deal with them. You see what I mean? 9th grade general channel the one that was in the beginning. The one that has returned. You see what I mean? Now when we are channeling that one, you know, like how you say you have great philosophers on earth, Pluto, this, that sacred, that one. Well, the 9th grade general is way above any one of those greats that you are about. We don't deal with great. We come to him, like we say, destroy greats and great masters. And let everyone know that everything is just a simple process. But to break through this number 4 level that I'm telling you, where they've got your mind trapped into racism, you know, telling you about the fittest of the fittest or whatever they're telling you, you know what I mean? You ain't going to see the truth that way. You see what I mean? You have to, like I say, when you learn to live good, you will see it. You imagine your mind will start to show you that this is one planet. Okay, yes, to your physical eyes, because your physical eyes is showing you that men's bodies have different colors. But if your spiritual eyes was open, it will show you that the spirit that is in those different bodies is the same goddamn spirit. You see what I mean? But on this level, like I say, you know, don't forget, no one ain't going to see this. Because wrong action blind you. So any soul who has ever lived, how may I say whoever lived, come here bad boy general, you know. Whoever have any racist sentiment running in them, that was a blind idiot. Even if it was the one who built the pyramid, and if there was any greater building before the goddamn pyramid, that could never see the light. You see what I mean? No racist mind can see the light. Because it's like a wrong thing. Wrong action blind you. You see what I mean? And one other thing that it's a trivial thing still. But it just shows you the attitude of a 9th grade general, I say. Now, no one on earth could convince me that anything here is any treasure. You know what I mean? About diamond and gold and silver, ruby, painting, money. I don't value those things. I cannot see any value in them. You don't understand? Nothing is of any value. What I value is what is right and correct and truthful and honest. Yeah, man, those are precious to I, more than silver and gold and diamond. You see me? So I don't see value. You know, like how somebody would see a car and they, oh, car, I will still see the car and see that it is nice, but apart from that, it's a nice car, piece of metal, it's nice, isn't it? Even if it was made out of a diamond, so what? You know? Yeah, you see it and you say, oh yeah, it look nice, you know? Well, it's no big deal to go, like, I wouldn't want to kill anyone for it, you know what I mean? I want to own and possess it and, you know, think it was the best thing in life. You know, how can anything that come out of the earth be the best thing in life? You know, unless you are some kind of trivial being. You know, it is the best thing in life still, but not the way that you are looking at it. You see what I mean? Because you are looking at it from a lustful, like you want to own it and possess it. You know what I mean? But I don't want to own it and possess it, you know. I mean, if I see it, you know, but I'm not that interested in it. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in money because there should be no money. You know what I mean? Those in the 8th level, the tiny few up there, because so those up in the 8th level, real evil men, those are the one who control the money. And they are the one who control you, denying you your rights of what God has given free. That all you need. When I say God give it free, we're not lazy human beings. Every human being got a talent. So we contribute our talent to the community of the world and share. You see what I mean? So you have men who are builders, men who are farmers, men who are everything. So we do everything in it and share it. Cause we don't have to buy nothing. We don't have to go to the moon for nothing. And if we ever did need to go there for nothing, God will give us the understanding to get there. Free. You know, we just make everything free. Just our effort do it. You don't have to buy nothing. You don't have to travel to another planet and order anything off anyone. But you let some idiots, like I say, deceitful men in suits and those who organize and run religion, set laws against the law of God as well, you know. Set laws against the law of God and you follow that law. You see what I mean? But what I'm saying to you now, you must think that this behavior is going amiss. Like I say, nothing goes amiss in God's universe. You know? Because we are all equipped with a camera called memory to record our actions. So yeah, you might see the powerful are protected here by beings who are utterly brainwashed themselves then. You know? Are protected so that they can carry out their behavior. But no protection can protect them from death. They have doctors working night and day, and you know, you could work night and day, you might dead. You're dead on the job. But you cannot stop the inevitable, you know what I mean? The laws of the universe is way, way above idiot men in suit and tie. You see what I mean? People who you are bowing to and saying, yes, sir. Imagine a human being come out of pussy just like yourself, yeah? That's all they come out of. All we come out, emerge like that. Yeah? Brothers and sisters coming from the same place. And you come here now bowing about, yes, sir, yes, sir. Let somebody tell you that them come from some, what them call it again? Must be lying it or some stupidity thing. And, you know, that them is royal or them come from some better family and all this kind of thing. You know what I mean? When the only human beings that would go on like that is a human being that got no understanding of who they are themselves. You see what I mean? Because no human being who knows themselves as a being, truthfully, would ever behave like that. You know? No, man, you behave like that. You can't behave like that. You behave like that, though, quite gladly if you're a sicko. And who is going to know that you're sick? Because you're going to be covered by the best of everything in the earth, innit? That evil and stupid people love so much. The gold and the diamond and the... Who do you think love these things that they will literally kill for it? That they want the biggest one of them, you know, and them crown or them... I don't know whether if them can get it, I don't know what they might do with it anyway, but if they can get the biggest rock and dig it out, them want it. But who do you think want it? You think it's anybody whose eyes are open, any being who have any understanding of who they are as a human being? Not one soul would do that. And if a soul did do that, when the soul come to realization of what it did, it would just stop. Forget about that and give it back. I go dash it. Make some good use of it for a good cause. But no righteous being want to be decorated up all them walking stick with all gold and fancy thing. You know, like when you see the Pope with and all them Archbishop and all them false souls. That's what they do. Because they're into material gains, money. Their church organization are some of the richest on the planet. And it's rich men who control everything. So, you know where they invest their money in. You don't know. You know what I mean? They control everything. While they are telling you lies about, maybe say God sending Jesus. Another, you can have a tissue there. Another idea conceived by those who are up in the 8th level. You know what I mean? 1 minute. This idea that God, this idea that God sent a son is the idea now that conceived by souls, not from the 4th level. You know what I say about the 4th level of negativity? Just the mild drink, you know, that kind of thing, right? And not even from the 6th level where men can be murderers and now these who conceive of this Jesus idea are the real sickos. Those from the 8th level. You know what I mean? Who conceive of this idea that God sent. And the thing is so simple if one was operating their common sense. God cannot tell a soul what to do. Because God has given you a choice already. And once you become of a certain age, you know the goddamn difference between right and wrong. What would be the point of God sending anyone here telling you what to do when you know what to do already? You see what I mean? But like I say, when you don't, if you are still on that level, of course these idiots can come and tell you that and you believe it. You notice what the words say, you believe it. You can't know it. Because they cannot sell you knowing because they don't know nothing. They have to sell you a believe. Until you believe is a hope and desire for what's not seen or all them kind of. So you must have faith in that. And you don't have the time to realize that faith in this dimension can be blind. You see what I mean? And that the only faith that these idiots have is blind faith. Because they are not dealing with God, you know. The outward form of religion is not dealing with God. These are money men. Your priests, your high priests and popes and all that are just masquerading in women dress. They are sick. They are some of the sickest pervert I say who has ever come out a woman. But of course they are masked behind humbleness and piety. Like I say, you wouldn't hear a swear word come out of their mouth. Because they have to be pretend that they are so nice. But that is only a disguise. It's the disguise of a hypocrite. You see what I mean? But how long do these hypocrites think that you're going to play this game? Like I say, because Mr. Death is coming. And you must, because you will be revealed, you know, hypocrites. You know, like what I'm saying now against the Pope, some man might be thinking, blah, blah, blah. But we are all going to get swept out of life anyway, and you will see that the Pope was a goddamn one of the highest form of evil men on the planet Earth here, you know. But you can't tell that to his followers. They say he's a holy father. What holy father? How did he get to be holy? Before him was holy, it was the other Pope who retired. Was he not a holy father when the other Pope was alive? Before them elect him. But all of a sudden now him is holy father. You see what I mean? And when him dead, them elect another one to say him a holy father. How come God never elect, like I say, one black man or one China man or one Indian man from all the time that corruption has been running as one of the holy father? No. Because they wouldn't accept that. Because like I tell you, on that level of life that they live on, it's run by racism. So even in their religion, all they're talking is pure racist. If God sent a son, you see, Jesus is a white man as an example. You know, he couldn't have been a black man, a bumbuckler. Run out a mile out of church. So that I just racism again. God, how many prophets has God sent? 100 and 100 to blood clot. And how many of them have I seen with my eyes? He say, yeah man, it's a black man prophet, that man, and all the rest of human being on the planet. So yeah man, the black man they are prophet. None! Because on that level of life, you are a bunch of racists. Sicko, you see what I mean? So you wouldn't be able to do that anyway. You are literally, because of the confusion in your mind, you hate another spirit simply because they are in the black farm. You know what I mean? But in my way of seeing things anyway, now, hear me now. What I think frighten people. This is my spin on things now. You see this one in the beginning now. That is the light. And the number two that you call the devil is the total darkness. Where I come from, you know. But it's so happy now that this one, the light, his creation is in darkness. You see what I mean? Now, where does light come from? Because darkness can, you see what I mean? The light come out of the dark. You see what I mean? In the beginning that wasn't. So shall it be in the end again. So me now sitting here talking to you, black man who you don't like on this level here, in general, you know, people in general because of their racism. That's why now the light is coming out of I and I. Because you're a bunch of goddamn racists. And God is a comedian. So he uses what you don't like to teach you. Not only that, look at it this way. If you want to reach the highest, you must start at the lowest. And who is the lowest being on the planet? The black man, because he don't like black man. Even black man don't like himself. Some of them bleach themselves to get away, because they say, well, if we bleach ourselves, we might fit in, as it was. Like the women don't want to have their natural hair, because they think, if we have hair like those who oppress us, then, as an example, we might fit in. You see what I mean? So everyone now try the best to fit in, but they can't fit in, because they don't want them anyway, because that's a racist level of seeing things on that level, innit? People will, and it ain't going to change. Nothing can change at that level until you rise up. You see what I mean? Where you can gain understanding and, you know, reach where you can see oneness. But you ain't going to see no oneness down here. And the people down here know no oneness. They have to show no love and no, you know what I mean? These are in total darkness down here. You see what I mean? So if you are say like as an example, say you was Let's say don't use black person because people get a bit too. Let's say we say a woman. If a woman was going to fight these for her rights, she'll never fucking find any rights. Because it's again, society is already set against woman, innit? So the woman have to find her rights within herself. Know her rights. You see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, why should you go and ask some man for your rights? Who is the man? I ask another woman. Why ask them? You know what I mean? You see? But on this level of society that we live in, the woman don't have no rights. You know, there's a little make-believe rights to give them a little bit. But if there's any religion running, man run that. And if God send any prophet, man God send. You know? Because it's a male-dominated club. It has to be because these cannot see. It's everything there is operated on ignorance. Corruption, vile, sick, backward, stupidity. So you ain't going to, how can backward and idiotic men give women the right or show women what equality is or act equal? They can't. Or if there's women amongst them, the women won't be able to act any sensible because they're following idiocy. You see what I mean? So you can't find your rights amongst fools, you know? Because it's like, say, as an example now, the women now who can clearly see that they've been excluded then from out of this idiotic outer religion are fighting men to get a little share of it, you know. Like in the Church of England, say, okay, we make you a priest. Lately, I don't know, they said they might give them a red hat, I don't know. But which sensible woman, right, is going to fight to join a corrupted organization? You wouldn't, not a sensible woman. It'd be a bunch of fucking idiots. Why would you want to fight to know, go and join an organization to preach bullshit? Unless you yourself are twisted. You see what I mean? Or all you want is a piece of the money, you know, there's a piece of pie and you want some of the pie. But it's not for anything genuine that a woman who see that her right has been abused by men would want to fight to join the evil that has been oppressing her all the life. So she's going to join this oppression? Because when you join it, all you're going to do is still carrying out the dictates of what men lay down, the foundation of this idiocy. Telling you about Jesus Christ, the Son of God, born of a virgin. Nothing can go like that. Your own common sense show you. But you let idiots tell you that you must have faith that yes, it did go like that. You know what I mean? But nothing don't go like that. They have no man called Jesus. And there is no need for any man called Jesus to remind human beings of what is right and correct and truthful and honest. Because conscience, the one, is with every human being. From the human being emerge out of the womb. Conscience, the light. You see the sunshine in the sky, the one that I'm talking about, always been burning. Any human being who has ever come out of their mother and walk on this planet Earth has received light from that sun in the sky. Well, the internal sun, the giver of light itself, that is the one that I tell you that a trillion angels cannot outshine the light of that one. That sun that you see outside is inside, the eternal light itself. Yeah? So why would it want to send anyone here? Of course it never sent anyone here. These are just hypocrites and liars who intend to make money and has been deceiving people for hundred and, well, I wouldn't say 1,000. 2,000 years the lie has been going on, and well, before that they use other things to trick and deceive people, superstitious and all kind of thing in it. I don't know, you know what I mean? All I know is that as a 9th grade general, don't forget I'm way beyond the 8, innit? Never mind. I can see them clearly. You know what I mean? And see through their falseness. Praying to God, pretending. You see what I mean? Instead of what these believers should do. Believers, I've been telling you this all the time. What you want to do, right, is to correct the wrongs that you know that you're doing. Because it is the wrongs that you are doing that make you end up as a believer. You see what I mean? You have problems within your own being that you are not addressing. Clearly. You're not being honest with your own being. So what you want to do, be honest with your own being. Your own being will show you your faults. Correct those faults. When you correct those faults, you won't be a believer. Because when you know things, there's no need to believe. You know? Because you are believing in something that is not real. And if you are believing in something that is not real, that means you must be doing something that is not real. You don't get it? Even though you hide it and conceal it. Because you're pretending to be a good Christian in it, or a good Muslim. So you might be hiding your deceit from your friends. But your friends are not the internal power within this life. You know what I mean? Life is a in and a out. So you might be hiding from those out there. But don't forget there's a in. Ain't no hiding going on in there. You see what I mean? In there you can outside, you can, and at this level down here, you can, I would call it fuck about and talk about you are white man, black man, this man, and go on with your fucking racism. You see what I mean? But on this, and where the owl see from, you can't go on like that. Because I can see through your bullshit. You can be nothing more than a spirit in a body. Your eye could be as blue as blood clot, the sky. All you can be is just another being in a body. That's all you can do. You can't carry nothing else. You know, that's all we are. Another spirit in a body. Now you can lock up in there like I'm warning you, like warn all of you in the earth. Because you know, when video go out, surely they must have high general of the devil scrutinize it. Well, I want you to scrutinize it, because it's you that I want to talk to. The highest force of devil on planet Earth. You are the one that I want. You go and scrutinize, I'm telling you. As soon as death comes for you, that's your little game over, you know. Because everything that you've done, you have to pay. Because you can't hide anything. It's not like how you hide your government secret and say, oh, people can't look at it till all 200 years, you know. You can't hide no secret from the one. Because all your action and deeds, like I tell you, is recorded on your memory. You see what I mean? When death comes, that's not going in the grave. You're taking that with you. Because you have to face your judgment. You don't understand it. You get me now? So there is no escaping. It's like you coming along and hear me spitting and you killing me. Wherever I'm going, you must come, innit? I ain't going anywhere. You can't send me anywhere that you ain't coming. No. You can't send me anywhere that you ain't coming yourself. You see what I mean? So I always say, man is, if a man hear me spitting the truth, he's welcome to do whatever he wants or he think he can do. Because I have no fear of him or the 7 other billions of you human beings that are on the planet. You know what I mean? Yeah, surely any man could see me, beat me up and kill me. You can't beat up my words. And the whole 7 billion of you can't defeat it either. And none of your great, whether it was Jesus or Jew, any man or anybody that at all you ever claim in a history can defeat my words either. I don't know who the great masters has ever been. Lots of them, innit? But all I'm saying is, they can complement what I'm saying, you know. I don't read them, huh? I'm saying, those great masters who lived before, they can complement what I'm saying, agree with what I'm saying or anything. But none of them, not even one, can disagree. Not even one. You know? There's no room for even one of the greatest mind that has ever lived on planet Earth to disagree with a 9th grade general coming from deep Congo, you know. Yeah, well, that's just the way how things work up there, how we get to know certain things and understand certain things and arrive at oneness. You see what I mean? Because we don't forget, in the 9th level, you don't see things like what we see on the 4th level, where people live in black and white and division and that. Everything come back to one upside. When you're in the 9th level, the bodies are different amongst the people, but the spirit in them is the same. It's just like putting water into different containers. Different containers, but same water. Well, the same thing. If you go to a white man and ask him what color, what we call a white man, and say, "Brethren, what color is your mind?" He's not going to know, unless him just come with some silly guess, a yellow or a pink. And if you ask a black man, what is he going to say? Same kind. If you go ask a China man, what am I going to say? Or whoever. Because what you are looking at is just a physical body. The owl is looking at the spirit within the body. You see me? And the spirit is the same everywhere. Ain't no difference. Never mind what they pretending and talk about culture and them culture and this and tradition. We don't deal with tradition in the 9th level. We just deal directly with you who is in that body. So we can see in the dark, innit? You see what I mean? Because when you read, like I tell you before, when you see how things are, you have 3 positive and 3 negative. You see? And the negative you can go up like from 4 to 6 to 8. And the positive you can go up like from feeling to hearing to seeing. You see what I mean? So the 9th grade general is a general that sees. Says a old master. You see me? So when I'm saying that I have seen the one, I know it's hard for your mind to imagine that such a thing could ever be possible. That one could be saying, yes, they have seen the terrible and dreadful one himself. But that's exactly what the 9th grade general is saying. Hence, that's why I tell you, my light is brighter than the light of a trillion billion angel, put together, You see what I mean? Because of that. So because of that now we can explain certain things. You see what I mean? Of how things are. It's like, for instance, now coming back to this point here now, going back to roots now. For a black man, this is, I say, some lessons are painful, and this is a painful one. For what we call a black man, because we don't on this lower level, because our history in this lower level, is one of what I call slavery. Because when I wake up, I get to skim across, So you see the whole play now. Thousands of years ago, maybe 6, 10 or whatever, Africa was an advanced continent. Advanced even way beyond what they in them time than what they are now. Glorious, our ancestors have reached the higher heights, I say then, So this attract a lot of them greedy types who are not at they wasn't yet developed mentally, so they was just running off what I call animalistic, raid and conquer. So because we was developed then, we've been under attack, I say, from the Persian, Exels, Greeks, Roman, Muslim, thousands of years they attack before they finally conquer. And man have to withdraw back more into the interior of Africa then, you know what I mean? Because eventually they come flooded in, like you can see now, like Egypt is totally overrun, Libya and Morocco, Algeria and all them places by the Arabs, see me? See what I mean? Eventually they conquer. And now the conqueror write the story, so because we was taken away as slave then and brought to the West. Like sell then, you know what I mean? All we was ever told is that we was savages and people have to rescue you and all them kind of things. You see what I mean? Right now in all Egypt is an Arab telling the story of our ancestor, Or the European man has dig up the ancestor body and have it here in their museum and make money off it, them and the Arab, because it's a conquest thing. You see what I mean? Eventually, they overrun Africa. That the only place that survived a little, any independence as such was Ethiopia. And Mussolini overrun it for a little while before the British helped drive him back out. I don't know if he did a little 2 years. But eventually they carve up Africa. You see what I mean? Amongst these European power. Because there is nothing, say, in Europe then, you know what I mean? They had to get resources from elsewhere. So they decided to plunder it. So they brought all them slaves from Africa. It's over 400 years, you know. Like the other day here, the Jews, they remembering what happened in World War II, and every man must remember it. What happened to them in the 6 million Jews that died. Congo alone, you know, where King Leopold killed more than that in the Congo to get rubber. More than 6 million. Exterminated wickedly, you know. But they had my ancestor in slavery for over 400 years, working without pay, growing sugar cane and cotton, beating them, whipping them, subjecting them to all manner of humiliation and pressure. To build up Europe here, you know. And I don't hear anyone mention that too tough, apart from a few at black militant or any remembrance. I never hear that being splashed over the television and on the news broadcast to make sure such a genocidal thing never happen again, you know. More than what has happened to I and I. No, it is, like I say, kind of neatly swept under the carpet. Because on that level there, like I'm telling you, you're dealing with sick, racist people. America, the chief Mr. Racist. When apartheid was running in America, with South Africa, how do you think it ran so long? It was backed by America, England, Australia, the whole of Europe. Back it and support it. That's how they are, under the quiet. Why do you think the Palestinian can't get any right? Because the whole of Europe, along with America, deny them that in whatever false court they set up and claim that is the human right court. There is their court, it's their everything. Their government. I hear them calling the other days that they should they're charging this murderous little group in Africa, Boko Haram. Some killers, lunatic killers down there. They're charging them with genocide, you know. But they not hear them charging Israel, who does only kill off nearly 2,000 Palestinian civilians the other day. Wasn't that genocide? You see what I mean? So, you know, these people down here, like I'm telling you, they are real sickos. You see what I mean? Because they are living, like I tell you, well, the one them that are operating, they're up in the 8th field. You know, the rest are on the 6th and whatever. So you cannot expect any truth coming out of these people. Now, coming back to my point that I was making now. Because you have one set of people who take us out of Africa, these are mainly the Christian group. And then you have another group that attack from that side, the Arabs, who come with Islam. It so happened though, for you to cut your way out of number 4 or cut through, you cannot be either Christian or Muslim if you are a black man, because you will never find your way. Because that would literally, if you are adopting the evil ways of our ancestors, oppressors, and invaders. You see what I mean? Truth is a painful thing to take, you know. But you have to, it have to be spoken anyway. You see what I mean? This is why, you know, I'm saying now that when you wake up, you're going to attract a lot of enemies. So you have to be fearless and don't care whether your mother or your father want like you, or your brother or your sister, you know, like a fire like me. I am not looking friends of anyone or beg them any friend. I don't beg friend or borrow them or buy them. You see me? When I spit fire, you see what I mean? So, no soul like that, as I would say, could reach the 9th level. who find themselves being a Christian or a Muslim. Because you're following a false ideology anyway. Like I tell you, because God cannot send a son and never send either the first or the last blood clot prophet. But you have followed that. You see what I mean? So that means you must go astray. You see what I mean? Because you're not following the truth, are you? So you must go astray. So no soul like that can know. For me to know, I had to clear all them things out of my head. You think I'm going to finally realize that one of the first ship down to Africa was called the good ship Jesus? That these people take my ancestors, you know, from I don't know where in Africa, bring them and lock them up in Jamaica and some island. Have them over there working and plantation for whatever, years and years. Yeah? And then drive into them their farmer firm, what they would call religion. Yeah? And then I come up now and accept that. No. No. Can't accept anything that the slave master brought. And then when you have to tell your brothers and sisters that they are accepting the slave master's teaching, pure problem. I have one right up in my face the other day. I feel like joking in my eye with my finger, them telling me about the blood of Jesus. You know what I mean? Blood of what? Jesus. You know? Instead of him remembering the blood of his ancestor when they whipped them to death, he's telling me about the blood of Jesus. You know what I mean? I don't know no Jesus. I do come from those ancestors, come from a root. You know? I don't know which Jesus is man about, if it's the one that the Roman, when they call the Council of Nicaea, create. Because Jesus is not a real, you know, it's just a figment of idiots' imagination. You know what I mean? Because the truth is already in anybody. So everyone, why would you need anybody special? It look like the whole idea of Jesus to me is like some Batman movements. Because just like how priest is going on, they don't have any girlfriend. Jesus never had any girlfriend. So he wasn't a normal man, was he? If he's being portrayed like that. You're born like your father never had sex with your mother. You come out now, you don't have no sex with no girlfriend. So what kind of a man is that? He never lived and experienced no life. So how can he explain what life is to man then, as an example? Because he has a feel, he's never been in argument with his girlfriend or his kids and vile, because he don't have any kids, is it? Never pass on any fatherly advice to anyone. You know? He's just some kind of elite. You know, no real man couldn't be like that, man. And the man is not a real man either, you know. I'm telling you. It's a creation of the Roman Catholic Church. They are the first one to adopt it. Christianity was lots of different books, people have different ideas going around. Until Constantine convened the Council of Nicaea and adopt it as a creed and force it on the rest of Europe. The Roman them nearly kill out, you know how many people they murder in Europe here to introduce Roman Catholicism. It's only because the Europeans are afraid to look at their own history. You see what I mean? Because they bring Jesus white, so they just accept it. But if they should look at their history of what really happened, you know, how their country and their people come to adopt this very Christianity. You find out a lot of your people was brutalized and murdered. You know, calling them witches and pagan to introduce this murderous system of Rome. And you know what, and you still to this day going down in your church and like me see the Pope was in some place the other day. 4 million idiots the man dry, you know. A lot of followers do still, you know. Yeah, but that's because negativity is in the majority. You know what I mean? And those people are blind. So, but if they could see, they don't want anyone who could see. Ask anyone if you know anyone is enlightened. Ask them if the Pope is an enlightened person. Straight away say, no man, you mean they can't enlighten. How can they be enlightened if they are on the negative side? Set up to deceive. You know, see, the light is exposing them now. If you know what I mean. Because don't forget, you know, the people that usually try and expose them then are unbelievers anyway, you know, people who don't know God. So they try and expose these believers. But I am not an unbeliever or anything like that. I know God. I'm not denying that there is a God. I'm saying yes, there is a God. You know what I mean? But I am saying no. You religious hypocrites do not know this God. And you are pretending, you priest, imam, whoever you are outside. You are pretending, you are false and pretentious. And the reason why you are false and pretentious, because you are not living honest in the life that you are living. You are not truthful in what, I don't know, there's all form of way that people can be deceitful. I don't know which one of them you are on. If you are concealing your deceit on the 4th level, 6th level or 8th level. But you are on one of them. You are not genuine. Like I tell you before, you know, you are like religion, like I say, I was explaining to my good friend now, like religion is like a banana. But you need to peel it when it's ripe. These people are the skin of the religion. To get to the true part of any religion, you need to remove them. Because they represent not the fruit within that is it, but the skin. You see, that which is not real then, to what is concealed within, but must be removed. Might have been useful for a while, I say, but you know, when you come to a stage, those things must be removed. You see what I mean? So if you cannot remove the skin, you cannot eat the banana then. So if the outside, any form of outside religion is a skin, if you don't remove it, you become part of the skin. Because you start to believe what they tell you in it. So you become sect. You see what I mean? And you can never know the truth of your religion. Even though your religion have the truth, you know. Because everything is heads and tail within creation, you know. God creation is in oneness. So religion is one. But in diverse forms. Just like how man is one but appear in different bodies. And you need the internal eye to see that he is one. Same thing with religion. The whole of it is one. But you need the internal eye to see the oneness. Otherwise you will be deceived by the outside form. Because they are not one. They are living in separation and division. You see what I mean? Even though all these different outside religion claim that they are following God, they are not friendly with each other and go to each other places of worship and live in harmony as a oneness. No, they fight against one another. More likely they claim that their one is better. And when you get close up to them, they're not one either. Christianity is not one. It's got 34,000 different sects within it. Islam is not one. They haven't got so much. They say they have 72. You see what I mean? The outside Rasta, they are not one either. They've got a few. Nyabingi 12 tribe and so forth. You see what I mean? So they're not one. They are divided anyway. You cannot find oneness amongst the outer farm. Because the outer farm is deluded. You find the oneness within. So if you find a Muslim who knows the inner way of Islam, as an example, because true living honestly, you know, and you find a Rasta who is one who find the inner way truly, there's no argument. Because there's never argument, there's never no argument. There's a reasoning and a pleasure with the pleasure of each other understanding. You see what I mean? And the inner that is. And you know, we'll be great friends. But on the outer, because the outer is not real, they can never be friends. They're at loggerheads. Don't you see that's how it goes? It have to go like that, innit? It can't go no other way. Because if you are not honest, that's how things turn out. Because you get punished straight away, like I say, in God's creation for doing the wrongs that you do. When I say you get punished straight away, you become ignorant then, if you know what I mean. Doing wrong make you automatically ignorant. You see what I mean? Just the wrongdoing. It doesn't matter, you see. So, it doesn't matter if you are the smartest in knowledge, you know. Like I say, you can build computer and all that. As long as you are doing anything wrong, that blind you from a certain understanding of knowing who you are, or understanding the energies that are within you. Now, just because you don't understand who you are and the energies within you, that don't stop you operating. You can still run around and doing all kind of foolishness, having 1,000 women and making a billion and trillion pound and all that and living in the best. You can do all that, you know. It ain't going to stop you. I'm just saying you won't have any understanding of who you are, though. Which is what most of you have become out there then. Yeah, you're a lot cleverer than me, you know, like I'm saying. But you still don't know who you are. You see what I mean? Because you divest all of your energies then into acquiring all these other things or to doing all these other things. You see what I mean? So you've gone far away from your... Well, when I say you've gone far away, you failed to break the fourth level. Where people let us live as in nationalism then. Carrying flag and respecting a flag and, you know, those kind of stupidity. Like I say, because I've always been on my own, I've never really get into those kind of patriotic business, you know what I mean? All I know is that if you was born in England, of course you're going to have a natural love for England. It's your land. Even if a man, I see men born in bush and they like the bush. But what I'm saying is now, that shouldn't stop you still realizing that England is only part of a greater whole, planet Earth. If you know what I mean. It's not a big deal. You still love England, innit? Are you born? Anyway you're born, you love there. But that doesn't mean that, like I say, you must know, you shouldn't have an understanding that, listen, this spot is only a little spot on one planet. So that instead of you just loving your little spot, you develop a love for the whole planet. You see what I mean? And instead of just loving your kind, because you can only see through nationalism, develop a love for humanity. You see what I mean? Because we want human family in it. The elite at the top don't want you to know this because they want to rule over you and keep you in division and separation, fighting in it, and living in a racist society. You know, like how they have in America and Israel. You know, America is a racist society. Every minute they shoot black people over there and I have them in their thousands in prison. You know what I mean? Israel is a racist society, the way they treat the Palestinians. And they are back fully. The more they treat them racist, the more the American government pour billions of money on them. Yeah, man, I say carry on the good build wall, do everything, brutalize them. Because they themselves are from a sick system, you don't understand? They're a sick Kabbalah, whatever they want to call themselves. But they are the vilest, sickest set of human beings. That I call them, sometimes I say that has ever come out a woman at any given time. Because you always have these sickos on the earth. They've been doing it for a long time, you know. But these particular breed here who are but like I'm saying, you know, there is no need for us now to go into great worry about what is going to happen to them and what's going to happen, because life is only for a little while. Life is eternal, you know. But the living of it here is only for a little while. You know what I mean? People probably be saying, oh, well, why don't God do something about it? Why should God do anything about it when God gives man the choice? And life is forever anyway. There's no hurry in it. You think 100 or 200 or 300 or 400 or 5,000, a million year in eternity is anything? It's nothing, because everything is eternal, innit? So God don't have to be in any hurry. God is giving man time then if you wanted to make correction. You see what I mean? Because if you don't make correction, you have to pay for the wrongs that you do. That is the law of the universe. You must reap what you sow. And what you sow, you can't deny. Because like the ninth grade general is telling you, memory is a video recorder, pussy. Take, record all your deeds that you do from them come out, Because this ain't a game. This is serious matters we're dealing with. I was speculating with my friend. Don't take this for true, It's speculation, but some speculation can be real still. Like how man speculate the weather based on certain things. So based on certain things, I'm speculating that when you die, right? Because of your wickedness, you won't. Of course, we can't stay in this body. So one must receive another body. But this body is a heavy body that the spirit cannot rise in anyway. And you are still going to be weighted down by a heavy body again, You will see the glorious universe out there, but you won't be rising in it. Not because anyone is punishing you or stopping you rising. Your own action that you perform when you was living here. The action that you think you're getting away with it. Smiling and killing and grinning. Yeah. That same action is going to weigh you down. No one is ever going to torment you but your own action, your own deeds. You see? God, like I tell you, like I say over and over, what we call God don't deal in punishment because God is love. No punishment within love, just love. Punishment is what beings choose for themselves because they was given the choice between positive and negative. And like we've gone through the reason before, the negative is Satan within all beings. But Satan don't force anyone to do anything negative. He just tell them pure negativity. He just spit pure fuckery out. You see what I mean? No light. There's no light coming out of Satan. Just darkness and all that kind of thing. But what I'm saying is he's not forcing you to do any of these things. He's just job to give you the alternative between the light that is within you. It's all down to you. It's a matter of choice. Don't blame the light and don't blame the dark for what you decide to do yourself. You don't see what I mean? This is a fair game thing that God has set up here. Don't you think it's beautiful? I think it is. So that means we can choose whether we're going to it's like saying whether you want to go to prison or not, or you want to live free. We can choose whether to do it or not, innit? I think that's fair enough. Nobody don't force anything on you, It's like you don't have to love God if you don't want. No one, God ain't forcing anybody to love God, And the devil ain't forcing anybody to do evil either. It's best if somebody then loves somebody then for just who they are then, without being forced to do so. If you know what I mean. Like God never forced me to love God. I just love it. I just love God myself, if you know what I mean. So it's not as if God forced me to speak. No, it's because of my love for God. That's why I am always firing lyrics. I get into argument with people so that they can disrespect me and say things to me or say whatever they say. It is because of my love of God why I would put myself in such situations. Not because of God forcing me to do it, or I'm thinking that, well, if I do it then God is going to give me something if I do it. I don't care whether I'm not interested in or nothing. You see what I mean? I love the way of God, so doing that is my enjoyment anyway, if you know what I mean. So I wouldn't need any reward because I am already being rewarded by the pleasure of doing what I love. Not because I'm being forced by any energy within the universe either, but because of what I have decided for myself that yes, man, a man should love what is right and correct and truthful and honest, and should do whatever he can to spread it until the last breath leave out of his body, and when he reach on the other side, to spread it some more all up to the four corners of the universe. You see what I mean? But no one don't force me to do that, like I'm saying. It's a volunteer thing. You see what I mean? Because there's no forcing in God. You see, and there's no at my part, it's not I'm not doing it because I want paying for it either. Because I'm already being paid for it. You see what I mean? It's a pleasure thing, innit? Just like how rich people probably get enjoyment out of owning the helicopter, the big yacht, or the biggest diamond that they ever see, or the greatest, them Van Brandt and, you know, those kind of things that they gather around them. They get pleasure in that and find it, I don't know, maybe other people. Well, I get pleasure out of seeing what is right and correct within my mind. Take great delight in that. You see what I mean? That's what I take delight in. Now, that break this barrier. So they never get to rise to see most of what I'm talking about. Most human beings exist in this racist world. You know what I mean? Where the British government is racist, the French, the German, all of them is based on racism. You don't understand what I mean? Yeah, they pay a little cold shoulder about the making law. You can't make laws against racism because racism is within the being. It's like, you know, something that have to be rooted out from within. You know, and they haven't rooted out from within, otherwise they wouldn't be blind, would they? they wouldn't be blind. Their society wouldn't be the way it is if they had a root this poison out. But they haven't root this poison out. They are reinforcing the poison. You know what I mean? Of separation and racism and forever. Down here is pure war. War can break out that way and race. What they would call race riot. You know what I mean? Where spirits fight one another because in their own deluded mind they think that they are. When you're dead, you're going to find out that you was the same, you goddamn idiot. You're down there calling yourself French and German and this one and that one. You fuck all like that. You're just a full of shit human being. That death shall be coming for, what time is it now? Well, could be. Well, I'm not going to put a time on it, but you know that is coming anyway. So I don't know why you are thinking that you are somewhere different. If you want to put yourself in group, your group, as if your group is not full of shit and piss. You know, there is nothing between any human being. The only ones who see difference between human beings are those who are still living in the land of ignorance. And the number 4, 6, or 8 level, where souls are dead, are deader, are well dead. You know what I mean? But no spirit that has rise to the 5th or 7th level would ever think anything like that. Because to rise just to that level, you have to clean yourself. You know, if say those behaviors down here of racism, hate, greed, lust, what? That is like you have in a garden then. Say your mind was a garden where flowers, pretty flowers should grow, but weeds have come in now and entangle up the garden. Now when you remove all those things, yeah, that's when the garden can spring forward with beautiful flowers. You know, where you have, instead of you having all those negative evil thoughts, you know, going to have beautiful positive thoughts with yourself. You know what I mean? Because the master is in you, so you can reason with that and show you and enlighten you then. You know what I mean? But you have to clean up. And no one can clean you up but you. Because you are the one who know your own faults. You remember the example I keep giving? It's this reason you have to come in it. Clean water will not settle in a dirty glass. The mind is a glass. The truth of God will not settle in a dirty mind. You see how simple it is? It's true though. So what you have to do is to make correction to your faults. That's what clean your mind up. That's when God enter you and settle. Because God is real, you know. Don't forget, I have seen the terrible and dreadful Master himself, you know. You know what I mean? So I am not, it's not a belief thing with me. I don't have to have no faith in it. I don't have no faith in that. I just know that. I don't have to have faith at all, yeah. The Spirit of God is in man. I don't have faith in it. I know it because I've seen it. Before, I could have think that I feel it is. You know what I mean? Think it is. But no, I'm not feeling or thinking because I've seen it. So I know what's in you. You see what I mean? Because I've already seen it in me. Because and me and you is the same. You know that, don't you? Yeah. That's how it works, you know. The magic of God, I say, me and you is the same thing. So if I see myself, I see you. You see what I mean? So now I see all human beings. I know what they are in the dark. I tell you, I'm settling in a town here called Oldham. Well, people think it's a coincidence. They can think so, but I don't think so. Because I know I come here to capture the owl. They've got it on their emblem here. You know what it says on their emblem here? He who dares to be wise. But it doesn't say that in English, you know. They've got it written in Latin. Sapere aude. I went there to their town hall to investigate and tell them that I want to know what it means because I don't understand Latin. And they give me a book to look, tell me to look, and I see it and it says, he who dares to be wise. So I say, yeah, I am here to capture the owl. So I did. Because you need the owl vision to see within man. You see what I mean? Way, way, way beyond the levels of any levels that come up. 6, 7 and all them, 8 and all them, and you know what I mean? Seeing beyond. That's how the owl master is. You see what I mean? But seeing beyond is not a big deal, you know what I mean? Because all you're going to see is the simple truth, so you can tell people, oh, listen, you don't have to pray and do all those kind of things. You know. It's bullshit, they're tricking you. All you have to do is just be honest. That's all, simple, you know what I mean? You don't have to pray to me and think that I am no great master. I'm no great master. I'm just a full of shit being like you. Because I told you, innit, I am you. So that means whatever I find out, you can find it out because the one is in you, innit? I have a teacher, yeah? The one is my teacher. The one teach me everything. But the one is not private to me, is it? Don't you notice that you have a conscience? That's the one. The one is in everyone. But so the one can teach you. You don't even have to listen to me. You see what I mean? I am not the teacher. It's the one that is in everybody. I just happen to know the one. If you know what I mean. But just because I know the one, it don't make me special. Because you can know the one as well. You can feel the one then. Me, you might not see the one. Granted. You know? But you can feel in it. Yeah? Can you feel your conscience? What you're doing wrong? Well, maybe you're not sensitive enough then. You know? Well, I've been trying to teach this teaching for a little while, you know. It's a very difficult teaching to teach because some people are going to feel hurt. You know what I mean? That you're stepping on the toe, and because that's what people are on the 4th level, you know what I mean? It's hard for them to take the truth because down there, like I said, pure brainwashing. Religion control man mind on that level. And all believers are blind. Not only the believers who are now in this time, but if they live a trillion years ago, if there was any believers, they was blind, innit? Because the truth cannot change, you know. Nothing has changed. So no different exercise is needed for the truth. If a man see the truth 10,000 years ago, he had to had decided to stop stealing cow and goat and, you know, cheat on the man, wife and those. That's the only way he could have seen it. And it's the same law today. or if it's a million years from now, it ain't going to change in any time. To see and know the truth, the being have to behave a certain way, and it's still the same way. Because it's a one-way thing, you see what I mean? Truth is one. You know what I mean? And when you see it, you will know that no man can build a church and go there praying and lighting candle and know God, because that is a mad person. You can't see God and know God if you're mad, can you? When you're slightly deluded. Anyway, I would advise you people, if you are following mad people, yeah, which is religious people and believers, you might feel that you are safe in numbers, but trust me, you are on a boat that is overloaded. There's too many of you on it. Because I hear them say that some of them got over a billion and a half followers. You know what I mean? Well, there's too many people on that ship. You're overloaded. I would advise the people to flee from such ships and return to themselves, because the truth is already within you, not within those religious hypocrites. You see what I mean? They need to be peeled off like how you peel a ripe banana and get disposed of. Anyway, I've been rapping for a long time on this one, so here what I'm going to do. I'm going to reel out and fade out and meet you on another fire. Rastafari, live it. Fire.